Good morning. It is day 2 of the 30-day challenge. Day 1 went fantastic, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Stay tuned. So I know you're not supposed to weigh yourself every day. In fact, I think the challenge, they say once a month, like once in the beginning and then once at the end of the challenge to see how much you lose. I knew I wasn't going to do that. At the very least, I was going to do weekly weigh-ins, but I wanted to weigh myself this morning just to kind of see where I was after the first day. And I was pleasantly surprised. So I started off the challenge at exactly 204.0. And I did clean eating, and I went on that over an hour walk yesterday, and I weighed in just out of curiosity, and I was at 201.2. So I don't know. Well, I was probably doing something over the weekend that was making me retain water, we're going to go with. But I'm just glad to see it moving again. This morning, I'm going to make my coffee. I'm breaking my fast. My window yesterday was like 11 to 7. I'm going to move it up a little bit earlier. Actually, 11 to 6 yesterday. So I had a shorter eating window yesterday. And then this morning, I decided to break my fast a little bit before 11. It's still 16 hours. It's over 16 hours. So it is time. I'm going to have my coffee. This time I decided I'm going to have my collagen coffee with a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream and a tablespoon of MCT oil, because I hadn't used MCT oil in a while, and I think it'll just get things moving, if you know what I mean. And then have a lunch maybe around 1 or so, and then have dinner later. So that's the plan. I just realized the Perfect Keto already has MCT oil in it. But it's got 5,000 milligrams of MCT oil in here. And then this for 1 tablespoon is 14 grams. So I'm inputting it all in the carb manager. So today's lunch was cabbage, like a coleslaw mix. I put that in a bowl and I added some goat cheese. I did mix the coleslaw with a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And then I warmed up a turkey patty that was left over from last night's dinner. It wasn't too bad. I'm not sure if this is something I would have normally made for myself. So that was different, but it was good. It was good. I was a little hungry afterwards. I did eat a bag of nuts, but I did put that in my carb manager to account for it. Caesar's lunch was the same thing. We put a coleslaw in a bowl and we heated up the leftover turkey burgers. He had 2 of them. He did have goat cheese as well. And the only difference is that he added bacon to his bowl. We just turned over the chicken. We still have, I believe, 17 more minutes. First time using the Ninja. Here we go. Since I didn't have any bell peppers to saute, I just had the broccoli. I went ahead and added the little bit of coleslaw, and then this is cauliflower rice, and then I used liquid aminos to kind of season it up. All right, these are how they came out. Nice and crispy. They look very juicy. Hey everyone. All right, so I just wanted to talk about what the biggest difference has been for doing these 2 days of clean, strict keto versus what I have been doing for the past 10 months. So what I've noticed, that's the biggest difference, is before, when I was just eating when I was hungry, not eating when I wasn't, is I wasn't counting anything. I wasn't tracking anything. I was just doing exactly that, eating when I was hungry, not eating when I wasn't. But now that I'm able to like measure everything and track everything and put everything down in this app, it's making me realize like there's no way that I didn't go over in calories before, because in Carb Manager, I had set my goal weight for my macros. So that way I will be eating as if I was at my goal weight already, not at my current weight, right? Because I'm trying to keep the losses coming. So with that being said, my calories from Carb Manager is 1,450. So about 1,450 is what I'm supposed to stay below or around daily. And I know when I was not tracking and eating to my heart's content, I was way over that, because even though I wasn't eating when I wasn't hungry, when I did eat, I was eating till probably I was full or stuffed, even on keto food. So if like we had ribs, because that was the only thing I was really eating was, the meat or the veggies, it was easy for me to kind of overload on that stuff. I would eat a lot of cheese or a lot of meat. If I have a veggie, if I had pork rinds or something like that, in my head it was like, well, this is the only thing I'm having, so I'm gonna go for it. And those calories, I'm sure, definitely racked up. Like I said, I never tracked, so I don't know for a fact what those calories were when I did do that. But I'm noticing that's the biggest difference, is I'm eating a lot less. The stuff that I'm eating too, I realize like it's clean. It's basic. I think aside from the mustard yesterday, there really wasn't any condiments other than like butter, olive oil, things like that, and seasonings, but there's no like sugar-free ketchup, you want mayonnaise, like none of that stuff. And I know before I would slather on all the condiments. I would douse things in ranch. It could be 5 tablespoons of ranch, 10 tablespoons of ranch. Like I would have it all, and I would have the sugar-free ketchup, but I would have however much I wanted of the sugar-free ketchup. There was no measuring and limiting whatsoever. And so I think that was probably another downfall for me. I am noticing that I am hungrier, but I also know that I'm eating again. So it doesn't feel like, oh, this is my one meal and I'm just gonna eat everything in this one meal because this is all I got for today. No, it's like, okay, I had my coffee, and that was good. I had my little bag of nuts, almonds and walnuts. And then I knew that lunch was around the corner. So then I ate my lunch at 1 o'clock, and then dinner was around 6. So I drank a lot more water. I have drank so much water in these past 2 days. And that's good because, normally I'm not guzzling down that water. And half the reason is like, okay, if I'm hungry, let me just keep drinking water so I'm not so hungry. And it works. It works, guys. Drink your water. It works. It's nuts. You know how they say, sometimes you're hungry. It could just be that you're thirsty. So throughout the day, even though I was hungry, I started to drink water and noticed that it went away. So I was like, well, was I hungry or was I thirsty? I'm not exactly sure which one it is. So guys, if you're hungry, drink tons of water, because you never know, that hunger will go away and you'll be fine without looking for a snack or trying to eat something. I also figured out that I like to follow instructions exactly. So it does give me anxiety if I'm following a meal plan. I want to do it exactly how you did it, right? And so to see other people swapping things out and putting this cheese instead of that cheese, it's giving me the idea, the freedom to go, okay, I can customize this. It's okay if I don't like feta cheese to go ahead and put the goat cheese on it, So that is good for me to learn that, hey, as long as you don't go down the dirty keto route and start slathering, stuff with bad ingredients on your stuff, if you want beef burger patty instead of a turkey burger patty, that's okay. If you want to add an avocado to your meal, just put it in the macros. So that's what I have been doing, and I'm noticing that, it's okay. Don't be so anal about following instructions exactly. Like I didn't have bell pepper today for the stir fry. And I was looking through my freezer going, what else can I do? All I have is broccoli, but I did have the cabbage left over. So I put a little bit of cabbage in there. I did some liquid aminos. I had the butter, I had the cauliflower and the broccoli, and it was good. It was so good. It was filling and satisfying. So that was a big lesson learned as well. Like I said, guys, I am a work in progress and I am learning as I go. It's been 10 months and I'm still learning things about myself and about keto and things that work for me. A friend of mine is also doing low carb. Shout out to Kristen. And she's learned that when she had a stall recently, she started taking MCT oil, and all of a sudden in her coffee, or she made like a little shake out of it because she doesn't drink coffee. But all of a sudden the scale started to move again. And so that was why I incorporated it today, because I'm like, well, maybe that's why I lost so much in the beginning, because I was drinking bulletproof coffees every single morning with ghee and MCT oil. And then I kind of veered off of that and stopped doing it. So maybe the MCT oil was helping me. Like, I'm literally trying to decode my weight loss over here, trying to figure out what the equation is for success. So like I said, we're all learning. We're all learning from each other. I don't claim to know it all. I am not an expert in the very least. I'm still figuring it out and on my own journey to lose the rest of this weight. So I am not going to promise you that I'm not going to weigh myself tomorrow morning. I probably will. And I will probably tell you what that number is. And if it goes up, then, I'll probably freak out about it. But I'm not going to actually log it in my journal until Friday or Saturday. I'm going to try and log those weights and just kind of keep an eye on it as we go along through the week. So anyway, let's see what day 3 has in store for us. My husband seemed pretty satisfied with his meal. I am a little worried that he's not going to get enough calories because he just eats a little bit more protein than I do throughout the day, but the serving sizes are all the same. I think he's only about 200 or some odd calories more than me anyway. So I'm trying to give it to him in the form of protein because he's a man and he is pretty active during the day when he runs around and does stuff in the garage or in the yard or whatever. So that being said, I think he's liking it so far. Oh, I did work out today, sort of. So I stayed inside the house and I had my Fitbit on, and my goal was to just move. And I probably should have just recorded myself so you can get a good laugh, but I wiggled and wobbled and walked all over my living room in my house, and I was just kicking up knees, old school aerobic style, and I was just making sure I was moving as much as I could. And I got 30 minutes of exercise on my Apple Watch, and so my activity level did close. Now, I don't think I am at 10,000 steps for the day. It's not the end of the night. It's still daylight outside, but I'm going to still keep moving as much as I can to try and get, as close to 10,000 steps as possible. But all in all, it was a good day. I had a really successful day too, and I'm excited to see what the rest of this week and the rest of this challenge holds for me. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're focusing on your ketosis. Whatever kind of keto works for you, then I wish you tons and tons of success. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking and how you're doing and what kind of challenges that you're facing. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell so you find out when all the videos are coming out. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.